Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 40.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes the heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante. Alexander, first down and more.
Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns the corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
Good morning, college football fans, and welcome to Bam Dam Sports. I am Icebox, and this is the Sunday Sports section. It was a good day of Saturday football yesterday, one of the best we've had so far this week. Scores that were played yesterday was found USC playing against Arizona. Arizona 3-3 this year. USC was ranked number 9. Barely won against Arizona. 43-41. It took 3 overtimes and I believe a safety at the end to pull this one out for USC. Notre Dame found themselves in a dogfight with Louisville. Notre Dame ranked number 10, Louisville ranked number 25. Louisville happened to be 6-0. Louisville showed out. And even with the addition of Sam Hartman this year, they couldn't save this game. Louisville wins 33, Notre Dame 20. LSU ranked number 23 fought Missouri ranked 21. Again, no defense seemed to be played on either side. LSU pulls it out 49-39. Ole Miss versus Arkansas. Not much to be said a whole lot here, but Ole Miss did pull it out, and they're still ranked number 16, 27-20. A mild upset also happened yesterday with Georgia Tech and number 17 Miami. Georgia Tech 23, Miami 20. Not looking good for Miami. Georgia playing Kentucky. Kentucky being overrated since they played Florida such a well game at home. This time they were at home with Georgia. Georgia did not waste no time with Kentucky, manhandling them from the get-go. Score was 51-13. So it does beg to differ why was Kentucky overrated as much. But don't be bad or don't feel bad, Kentucky. You are making strides. You keep it up. The game of the week, Oklahoma versus Texas. Texas being ranked as number 2. Oklahoma pulls this one out in a very fought and very well played game. This game of the week for me. Oklahoma wins 34-30, which begs the question, why did Georgia cancel this game? In all my life, I have never seen a game canceled what seems to be in a cowardly fashion. The only time I've ever seen a game in my lifetime was because of weather-related hurricanes, and I believe that involved with LSU. I have never seen a game canceled because you're going to be playing them next year. That could be solved. You could have played them this year, only adding to your championship domination, but instead you did not. Alabama versus Texas A&M. First half, not much could be said for Alabama, with the exception of 10 things I call sacks and penalties. Hurt us very much throughout the first half. Now the Texas A&M defense, the front 7, were as good as advertised. Only thing that I seen and that I watched very carefully was the secondary. As mentioned and spoken about throughout this week and by Nick Saban Jr., they were exposed again yesterday, but the front 7 was pulling the defense right along, keeping Alabama to only 10 points in the first half while scoring 17 of their own. With game looking like well in hand of Texas A&M, the second half coming around, not much better with 14 penalties total and a fumble and an interception. Even with all these miscues, penalties, turnovers, and even having a block in the back, which called back a touchdown, you would have thought Alabama would have lost this game. But with the passing and the poise of Milroe to Burton to Bonds, and at a crucial time making short passes, seeing how the running game was almost non-existent, they was able to move the ball and get 3 more points and took off from there. If there's any question about Milroe's quarterbacking abilities, they should be null and void by now. With the defense, keeping Alabama in the game with plays from Dallas Turner, Caleb Downs interception, Terrell Arnold, the D-line totally dominated the Texas A&M offense, holding out A&M to only 3 points in the second half. Well done. Most notable games coming up next week. Texas A&M versus Tennessee. It should be an interesting game. LSU versus Auburn, another one to keep your eye on. USC versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame being wounded as they are still should make an interesting game. Maybe Miami versus UNC. Up for Alabama will be Arkansas, another team from the West. For Georgia is Vandy. Game of the week to really keep your eye on next week will be number 8, Oregon versus number 7, Washington. That should be a good game. So what does all this mean this week? The media does not know what they're talking about, as the media picked Texas A&M to win this game. No, sir. With the penalties gone, Alabama can be a dominant team as anybody in the college football. This game should have won them the West, but we still have to play LSU, Auburn, and Arkansas. If we can get past these 3 games, we will be facing Georgia, perhaps, in the SEC championship. With a win against Tennessee and Georgia, we should have national championship implications. So this Alabama team is a lot to play for, a lot to watch for, and good luck to us. Enjoy your Sunday, and everyone, y'all have a good evening and roll tide.